Welcome to your weekly look at West Georgia Wolves men's basketball on the Coach Dave Moore Show. And hello again, everybody. Welcome to the Coach Dave Moore Show. It's West Georgia Wolves basketball on the front burner, and we're on the road this week. The Western Tennessee Swing, familiar opponents too, the Union Bulldogs and the Christian Brothers Buccaneers. Coach, Saturday in the Coliseum, a fun day, a really good win against a really good basketball team.
Yeah, they're a really good basketball team. Really well coached. They got two of the top four players in our league. We were fortunate to get the win. It was a tight game, lots of runs on both sides, but we did enough down the stretch to win. We had some guys come off our bench and give us key contributions, and that's what it's all about. We got to keep going.
We could run down a lot of these guys. We were just talking before we started here. LaPerrion Perry, Willie Barnes. There were a handful of, when you had to have somebody step up, they stepped up.
Yeah, LaPerrion got a start. Aaron was sick, and LP had to step in and did a great job. Got us into offense, hit a couple big shots, defended hard. Willie came off our bench when Gerald got in foul trouble and gave us good minutes and hit two big free throws down the stretch. And Greg James comes off our bench and hits 4 threes. And hopefully Greg's getting closer to back to normal, and that's going to really help us here down the stretch.
You mentioned Greg. He came off an injury, missed close to 2 months.
Yeah.
And you can do conditioning, but there's getting in shape and then there's basketball shape. It's not the same, is it?
No, there's nothing like playing in a game. You can condition and do all that stuff, but until you have the ball in your hands and you're getting up and down in a game and playing defense and having to change the other end, and it's different. So Greg is starting to play himself back into it, and he hit 4 big threes that we needed every single one of them on Saturday, and hopefully that'll lead to some more consistency from him.
And you told me after the game, CBU came in with 2 of the 4, at minimum, best players in the league. Yeah. Larravee's outstanding, Diebold outstanding. Those guys, a pretty formidable 1-2, aren't they?
Really good. They're really good. You could argue that Diebold had a down game and he went for 22 and 11.
Yeah.
So they're really, really good. Larravee gets 30 points again. And we did everything we could with him. We were chasing him all over the place. He does a great job coming off screens and setting his screens up. He's a really heady player, and he's a basket maker. But we battled through, and we've got our own basket maker. Marquill was terrific offensively. He carried us again, 37 and 11. And he's the best player in our league, in my opinion. So we were able to battle. It was a tight game down the stretch, and we made enough plays, got enough stops. And that's the biggest key for us. We kept them under 80 points, and we got 27 defensive rebounds, and the magic number for us is 25. When we get 25 or more, we're 8-0. And we got 27, which is the number that we needed, and we got the win.
And you don't always get that many misses out of Christian Brothers either, do you?
Yeah, they missed some shots, and we had a lot to do with that. I thought we contested shots pretty well. We gave them too many easy baskets. They had 44 points in the paint, but you got to pick your poison with them. We really wanted to take them off the three-point line and take that away from them. Going into the game, they were making almost 11 threes a game, and we held them to 5 makes, and that was the difference in the game.
What does it say about this team? 3 times this year when we've not had our best performance, we come back the next time out. Thursday against Union, they're a good basketball team, but it wasn't us at our best. 2 days later, we bounced back. We did it at West Alabama. We've done it this year.
Yeah, it speaks to the character of the guys. We've got to quit learning those lessons, but we let one get away against Union, and we knew it, and we knew we had to come back. Now you're staring at two road games coming up here in a row. We had to get this one on Saturday, and we dug deep. We erased a double-digit deficit in the second half again, and Marquill led the way, and we had a lot of guys contribute and battle, and even a guy like Jared Simmons didn't play particularly well, was 0 for 5 from the field, but made 2 really big defensive plays down the stretch that helped us win, and that's what it's all about. It's a team effort.
Well, you got an oddity with the schedule this week. We're on the road. We go to Jackson. We go to Memphis. You just saw these teams. We've talked a little about it's going to be different because you don't have to show everything new like you've been doing with virtually every opponent all season.
Yeah, it's not a new scout. We know what they're going to do. They know what we're going to do. We don't have to introduce a new team and a new system to the guys this week. There's some familiarity with it, which is good. Now we got to go on the road and play better. We got to play better against Union than we did here. And when you go on the road, you got to be 10 points better than you are at home. So they're going to play better. Union's going to shoot it better at home. We've got to do a much better job defensively than we did in the first game against those guys. And Christian Brothers the same way. We got to go in there and battle. We got to take one at a time. And but the good news is there's plenty to improve on from the first Union and Christian Brother games. So we've got to learn from that this week, have a good week of practice, and go on the road and compete hard.
There is a mindset, is there not, to going on the road? You've done it well this year. Huntsville, West Alabama, Lee. We've gone into tough places and came out like going into the Lion's Den with stakes under both arms, and we've done it several times this year.
Yeah, and I think our guys like that. I think they like the underdog role, to be honest with you. When we go on the road, we have a nice routine that we get in. We're all together. It's just us. There's very little distractions. So I think the guys have kind of fallen into a comfort zone with our routine on the road, and we're able to prepare, and it speaks to their toughness to go into another place, and get a win like we have through the course of this year. But there's two more tough ones coming up. We got to keep it going.
Absolutely, and that's the nature of this league right now. It is a bunch. There are some really good basketball teams, and there's not a whole lot of difference between the top 5 or 6, is there?
No, Coach Nienaber and I were talking about it before the game. There's 10 teams in our league that can beat anybody on any given night. It's there's no nights off. If you don't play well, if you don't play hard, you're going to get beat. It doesn't matter if you're at home, on the road, and that's proven itself out over the first half of the season. And you just got to take them one at a time and try to get up and prepare and play as hard and as focused as you can. And if we do that, we're going to have a chance every night here down the stretch to put ourselves in position for March, and that's what it's all about.
Such a fun team to watch play, and ultimate definition of a team. And that's what these West Georgia Wolves are. Coach, have a safe trip, and we'll see you at DeLay Gym Thursday night.
Thanks, Mitch.
Coach Dave Moore of the West Georgia Wolves. It is at the DeLay Gymnasium on the campus of Union University, Thursday with a 9 o'clock tip-off, and then Saturday afternoon in Memphis, we'll tip it off at 4 against the Buccaneers at Canale Arena, right across the street from the Liberty Bowl. We'll look forward to West Georgia Wolves basketball. Follow the games, the links at uwgsports.com. They'll be there for you, and we'll be talking to you from Western Tennessee. For Coach Dave Moore, I'm Mitch Gray. The Coach Dave Moore Show, and go Wolves.